Yep. All right. Well, anyhow, I just ate some dinner, and now I'm going into a food coma. But yeah. I mean, so I've done an hour's worth of content today, and today's my day off. So I figure, whatever. Anyhow, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to go into some more stuff. It's kind of following up where I left off on my last video. Like I went into talking about the Jews because I was just kind of giving my thoughts on videos and chat. So okay, so I use BitChute less and less. It's weird. Like BitChute really just sucks. Like I'm sorry, but you can't. You try to tell your average BitChuter, they insist that BitChute doesn't suck, dude. Like BitChute is the most awesomest video hosting platform in the universe, and it just sucks, dude. It just sucks. I actually use YouTube more now. Not by choice. Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's like if you're presented I don't know, if you're presented like a can of dog food or a shit sandwich, is there really much of a choice in that? Well, of course you're going to go for the can of dog food before you're going to eat the shit sandwich. So like YouTube is like the can of dog food, and BitChute is like the shit sandwich. It's like two pieces of nice bread with some crisp green lettuce and tomato and onion, maybe a little mustard and mayonnaise, dollop of ketchup. But sandwiched in between all that is just a big fucking like nasty fucking turd. that somebody pulled out of the fucking toilet, dude. That's BitChute. So you can consume BitChute, or you can eat the can of dog food, which is YouTube. So if I'm faced with those choices, I'm gonna go with the can of dog food. Call me crazy, right? And I can go into BitChute and I can be like, you guys, dude, I know that you're all eating shit sandwiches. I just wanted to let you know there's dog food over here, bro. There's like cans of dog food, so you don't have to eat the shit sandwich. And then all those BitChuters, they're all fucking like get pissed off. They're like, fuck you, this shit sandwich is the best fucking shit in the fucking world, dude. Dude, how dare you fucking try to, how dare you, how dare you, ridicule the shit sandwich that we're eating. This is delicious. This shit sandwich is good. Go eat your fucking so-called dog food, and I'm just there trying to help them. I'm like, bro, no, wouldn't you rather eat dog food than a shit sandwich? And they all just get, fuck you, it ain't shit sandwich. Yeah, sure, maybe it looks and tastes like shit, but dude, if you don't know, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. Go eat that dog food then. It's like, all right, fine. I'm trying to tell you, it's better to eat dog food than fucking shit sandwich, but whatever, just get mad at me. That's cool. Now, BitChute's like it's really retarded, but whatever. So, but because I use BitChute from time to time, less and less, for the reasons I mentioned, like that's all everybody talks about on BitChute is the Jews. That the Jews are the most evil race of people in the entire planet, And it's whatever, man. And so I guess I'm just gonna kind of confess something here is that I'm not eating the shit sandwich that is the Jews are the most evil race of people on the planet. Like I said, I'm trying to tell these guys that about the dog food. I'm like, bro, there's actually, I mean, it's still dog food, yes, but at least it's food. It's not shit. But no, they're already convinced. They've already been won over by the shit sandwich, and that's it. It's over. They drank the Kool-Aid. But no, I just wanted to go, make a confession. Is that I don't believe this. This is ridiculous, And you're never gonna. The people that believe that the Jews are the most evil race in the whole world, you cannot reason with these people. It's like in the movie The Terminator. You can't reason with the Terminator. That's it. There is no reasoning with the Terminator. There's no reasoning at all. Like, the Terminator is programmed to terminate, and that's it. There is no trying to, that's it. It's programmed to terminate. That's it. You can't reason. Like, the people that have drank the Kool-Aid, the Jews are the most evil race in the whole wide world. You can't reason with them at all. Okay. And so I've pretty much given up. And see, it's the same thing with homelessness. Like, people that believe that the homeless people are the most evil people in the whole wide world, you can't reason with them either. They've been programmed, like the Terminator. You can't reason with the programming. You can't. There's nothing that anybody can say to the person who believes that homeless people are the most evil people in the whole wide world, or that homeless are one of the most evil people in the whole wide world. Okay, so if we were to look at just like generally, you look at all the different channels on YouTube, BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, and you get an aggregate of what they're all saying, okay? And you take an aggregate of who they're claiming the most evil people in the world are, okay? So you go to YouTube, Odyssey, BitChute, Rumble, and you take it and you listen to all these different channels, and you just observe, and you kind of take an aggregate of like, okay, who are all of these people on BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, and YouTube saying are the most evil people in the world? Well, you got Epstein's, the people of the world like the Epsteins, the people in the world like the Bill Gates, the people in the world like the Trumps and the Bidens and the Kamala Harrises right? So what would you call them? Well, it's like an aggregate. The rich politicians, all these rich politicians are the evilest people and the Rothschilds. Well, the Rothschild family is worth $13 trillion. So it's like a general aggregate of who are the most evil people in the world. If you just take an aggregate on, these different video hosting platforms, you can watch them all. Corbett Report, Richie from Boston, Really Graceful, True Stream Media, Jim Rizzoli, all these, okay, they're all saying similar things. There may be an illusion that appears like they're saying a variety of different things, but if you just listen, take some time and just listen, you can start to get an aggregate of, okay, who are the evil people that they're saying? Well, you got Bill Gates, Fauci, the Epsteins, Trumps, the Bidens, the Bushes, the Rothschilds, the Soroses. Well, what do all these people have in common? They're all like super wealthy. So there's this big aggregate of all these super wealthy people that are being portrayed, right or wrong, as the most evil people in the world on these different video hosting platforms like Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, BitChute, etc. Okay. So there's one group, aggregated group of people that is the most evil people in the whole wide world, right? The Bill Gates, the Bushes, the Trumps, the Epsteins, the Rothschilds, the Soroses, the Faucis, the Kamala Harrises, all these people have something in common. They have a lot of wealth and power. So all the wealthy, powerful people generally are the evil people, according to BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube. Okay. So there's one group, one aggregated group. All the wealthy, powerful people, the wealthy, powerful people of the world in general are the evil people, right? So that's one aggregate of people. Okay, now we can start to observe BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble some more. What's another aggregated group of people that are allegedly the most evil people in the world, according to, these video hosting platforms, BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and even like Twitter and on. Okay, well, the Jews, right? Obviously the Jews. Oh yes, it's the Jews. So you got the wealthy, powerful people are the evilest people in the world, right? But then also the Jews are the evil. So you got the wealthy and powerful, and the Jews are the evilest people in the whole wide world. Okay, now let's look at some more. Let's watch some more. What else? Anyone else? As far as aggregate, like a group, no. They might have a story about some middle class person who's a psycho, a serial killer psychopath, but that's just here or there, And then you might have the blacks start to come in, the minority races are starting to tickle the tiger. It's starting to become questionable. What about all these colored people? I think they're almost as evil as the rich and powerful. And they're almost as evil as the Jews. So we're kind of starting to kind of like maybe like that might be, right? And then it's like, okay. I mean, you're just taking an aggregate. That doesn't mean that you believe. You're just observing and taking an aggregate. But, but there's always the clips that surface. You'll always see the clips that surface of how, like the Fox News clip where the guy says we need to kill all the homeless. And so then that starts to be, whoa. It's like, you don't see on Fox News they're saying to kill all the Jews. No. And you don't see on Fox News where they're saying we need to kill all the rich and powerful people. No. You don't see on Fox News where they're saying we need to kill all the blacks and Hispanics and colored people. No. But out of the blue, there'll just be this clip where it's like Fox News is saying we should just kill all the homeless people, all the homeless Americans. It's like, whoa, well, that's kind of weird. So what, are they implying that homeless people are in the same category as like the Faucis and the Epsteins and the Jews and the Soroses and it'll take a long time. You got to continue observing, but there is an obvious aggregate going on BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, and YouTube as to implying who are the evilest people in the world. And it's like the Soroses and Epsteins and the Rothschilds and the Faucis and the Bill Gates, which is, like I said, those are all represent like the and the Trumps and the Bushes and the Bidens and the Kamalas and the Obamas. These are all the rich and powerful people of the world. So that aggregate is totally obvious. It's not, you'd have to be dumb to not see that that's like the aggregate that we're being presented, almost like brainwash. Now, right or wrong, I don't know. Maybe they're right. Maybe the rich and powerful are the most evilest people in the world. But see, it's all implied. They're not going to say this, but they just keep implying it with story after story. You got the Epstein story. You got the Bill Gates story. You got the Fauci story. You got the Trump story. You got the Biden story. You got the Bush story. You got the Obama story. And on and on. And it starts to accumulate into this big aggregate where it's like, okay, it looks like what is being implied is that the rich and powerful people, including the Hollywood celebrities and stuff, these are the fucking evilest people in the world, okay? But then there's other aggregates happening as well, like the Jews. Okay? But if you keep observing all this to try to figure out who is evil versus who is good in this big narrative on BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, well, you'll see that homeless are also categorized as these. They're up there with the most evil people in the whole wide world. So you got the Jews, you got the rich and powerful, and the homeless. Those are and those are the top three most criticized on BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, and YouTube. Those are the top three: Jews, the rich and powerful, and the homeless. Those are the top three that are always being criticized, shit on, demonized, stigmatized, stereotyped, right? Okay. So, but what about, then you got everybody else. So if the rich and powerful and the Jews and the homeless are all the evilest people in the world, well, then what else do you got? You got, well, everybody, they always like to, like Mark Dice and all these guys will talk about the middle class, but they never have anything bad to say about the middle class. And like the Sticks, Hexenhammers, they like to talk about the middle class and the working class, but never have anything bad to say about them. Always putting the middle class and working class on a pedestal. That these are victims of all the terrible evils going on. Like, they're victims of the homeless. So working and middle class are victims of the homeless people, right? Working and middle class are victims of, Fauci. The working and middle class are victims of Bill Gates. The working and middle class are victims of the Jews. The working and middle class are victims of the Rothschilds. The working and middle class are victims of the Trumps, the Bidens, the Kamalas, the Obamas, the Bushes, right? The working and middle class are just victims of all this, right? And the working and middle class are victims of the homeless, because the homeless are just stealing their tax dollars through EBT. They're shitting all over their beautiful streets of San Francisco. They're killing innocent women. Fox News is coming out saying we need to kill the homeless because a supposedly alleged homeless man killed some, Ukrainian 20-year-old Ukrainian girl on a bus or a subway, blah, blah, blah. But you see, like, tell me I'm wrong, that this is the big picture that's being portrayed in front of us, that we're supposed to be consuming and believing. So the working and middle class are just victims of Bill Gates, right? The working and middle class are victims of the COVID scam, right? The working and middle class are victims of the Epstein Island controversy. The working and middle class are victims of Mossad. The working and middle class are victims of Israel and the Jews, right? The working and middle class are victims of Fauci and the soft vax mandate. But the homeless are never portrayed as victims of any of this. Never. The homeless are never portrayed as victims of the COVID scam, for example. What do they call it? Right? Homeless people are never portrayed as victims of Trump. The homeless are never portrayed as victims of the Rothschilds. The homeless are never portrayed as victims of the Jews. But who are portrayed as the victims? Okay? Who is the victim of COVID? The working and middle class are victims of Fauci, right? The working and middle class are victims of Bill Gates. The working and middle class are victims of the COVID scam, right? But not the homeless. The homeless are never victims of any of these things. And the homeless are the ones that are pooping in the streets of San Francisco. The homeless are the ones that are stealing all your tax dollars. The homeless are the ones that are abusing the EBT system. The homeless are the ones that are camping on the Washington, D.C. Capitol lawn and et cetera, et cetera. So don't you see, like, how is it, like, like I could do a prove me wrong. I could act like I'm someone important like Steven Crowder and say, prove me wrong. Isn't it the innocent victims of the COVID scam? Isn't it the working and middle class that are the victims? Yeah. Isn't it the working and middle class that are victims of the homeless people pooping in the streets everywhere? Isn't it the working and middle class that are the victims of Fauci and the vaccines? Isn't it the working and middle class that are victims of the Epstein Island and the list of all these rich and famous people? Isn't it the working and middle class? See, and this is the thing. If you believe this narrative that it's the working and middle class that are the victims of the homeless people pooping it all over in the streets, and the working and middle class are the victims of all these poor and homeless people that are abusing the welfare system and abusing the EBT system, and all these working and middle class people are just victims of Fauci and Gates and Trump and Obama and Biden and all this shit, and the Rothschilds and the Jews, and like how could you really believe this story? Like, if you believe that, I have a bridge for sale. And I'm going to sell it. And all you dumb motherfuckers that believe this shit are going to buy this bridge from me. And I'm going to end up getting rich off of your stupidity. It may not happen tonight. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not even happen next year. But I'm telling you, I have a bridge for sale, and I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for all you people that believe this story about the working and middle class are just innocent victims of everything. I have a bridge for sale. I have several, and they're gonna sell. Again, they may not sell tonight. They may not sell tomorrow. They may not sell next year, but they're gonna sell. Because there's all these people that believe this story. And no matter what I say, no matter how much I challenge them to question this, just question it. You don't have to believe. Just have you ever questioned it and wondered that maybe you're being bullshitted with this whole story of how working and middle class are innocent victims and everyone else are just the evil forces of evil holding the working and middle class down? Did you ever think that there might be something else other than that going on in a general sense, in the bigger picture? And all these people that are not critical thinkers, they can't just pause and question this and question this story. All these people that believe this, I sell bridges, and I have many bridges for sale, and I have many potential buyers in this sea of people. And I can wait. I know how to be patient. I know how to bide my time. I know when to hold my cards. I know when to fold them. I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but if there's people that stupid, well, I got an itch here. I've got a niche here. I've got a niche here that I can work. And as long as I'm patient and I'm careful and I'm aware, situational aware, and I continue to just play my cards, these bridges will eventually start selling. And the money's going to start coming in, boys. The question is once the money starts coming in, what to do with it? What am I going to do with all this money that I'm going to make off of these stupid motherfuckers? That's the question. I thought about this a lot. Because what I want to do is I want to pull the Cinderella Man. See, that my long game is Cinderella Man. If you don't know what Cinderella Man is, look it up. Look up the term Cinderella Man. It's a song by Rush. Read the lyrics. Listen to the song. Get the lyrics. Pull up the lyric video on YouTube. Cinderella Man. My long game is the Cinderella Man. But you'd be surprised how much tact is required to pull off the Cinderella Man. But that's my long goal. That's the long game. In the meantime, I see a mass of potential buyers to buy my bridges. All I need to do is bide my time, be patient, play my cards right, and then boom, the money's going to start coming. So once the money starts coming, then I got to start really planning out mapping out my game plan to pull off the Cinderella Man. And I'm going to do it, you guys. I'm going to pull off the fucking Cinderella Man. That's what I'm going for. So anyways, no, I don't believe that the Jews are the most evil people in the world. And no, I don't believe that homeless people are the most evil people in the world. And I don't believe that all rich people are evil. I don't know. And I've said this many times in all my videos. It's all relative. It appears to be based off of what my experience and what I've observed in my 50 plus years alive. It's all relative. You've got just as many fucked up people as you do good people in no matter what. No matter where you live. Like the truth community is full of a bunch of scumfucks, but yes, you have decent ones. The church is full of a bunch of scumfucks, but yes, you have decent ones. The Democrat Party is full of a bunch of scumfucks, but yes, you have some decent ones. The Republican Party is full of a bunch of scumfucks, but yes, you have some decent ones. The far right is full of a bunch of scumfucks, but yes, you might have a handful of decent ones. The far left is full of a bunch of scumfucks, but yes, you might have a handful of decent ones. And on and on and on. It's all relative. The theory of relativity holds true. It holds true. People are just people. There is no one group of people that's more evil. The only group of people that's most evil is the people that are most evil in the world. And you can find them in any and every walk of life. And there's no more in any walk of life than any other. And that's the lie that they keep feeding you and me, is that they have discovered who are the most evil people in the world. And it's the Jews, and it's the ruling elite, and it's the homeless poor. They're always trying to tell you that they have discovered the most evil group of people in the world, and they're going to expose that to you. And that is the lie, dude. That is the lie. But again, you can't. People who have already drank the Jim Jones Kool-Aid, you can't undrink the Jim Jones Kool-Aid once you've drank it. Look at what happened when the Jim Jones cult drank the Kool-Aid. They died. That was it. It's over. They're done. I mean, unless there's some miraculous act of God that's going to bring them back to life, the Kool-Aid was already been consumed. It's over. There is no coming back. And this is what appears to be the case with the people who have drank the Kool-Aid on the Jew thing, and the homeless. All our most homeless are just the evilest people. All our most Jews are the most evilest people, and on and on and on. And this is never going to end. It's never going to end. It's really crazy. But I just wanted to make a confession that I don't believe that the Jews are the most evil group of people in the whole wide world. And so that's the difference between me and other people. Because there's all these other people that think that they know that the Jews are the most evil people in the world. And we can agree to disagree. I'm not dying on that hill. You know, I don't care. Only a stupid person would believe in stupid things. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to, I'll try to continue to understand this stuff, but the only conclusion I can come to at this point is, if you believe in stupid things, if a person believes in stupid things, then I would guess that they're probably stupid. I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to confess that. But that's it. Since it's really hot, Jews is just a big hot subject. It's a very sexy subject, the Jews. So, since it's so sexy, I figure, I might as well just let you know that I'm not part of the sexy group. I'm not sexy. I'm just kind of just like a whatever. Nothing sexy about me. Okay? So, everybody that hates the Jews, they're all sexy. I don't hate the Jews, so I'm not sexy. Just letting you know I'm not sexy, okay? All right, see you later, dude.